is Mr. McConley, and this is Intro to Agriculture class at BKW. Today we're going to be looking at the tools that are used when you're artificially inseminating an animal. And Farmer Andrew is going to help us out by walking us through the process of setting all the tools up. Following this video, we'll also have two other videos. One that talks specifically about the liquid nitrogen tank where the semen is stored, and another video where Farmer Andrew will breed a cow while we're watching. So I'll take the camera now.
So the first step is we come over here to the tank and I'll say something quick about the tank. I won't go into too much detail, but basically you want to have it up off a cement floor.
Yeah, so that's why we have the wooden box around
on
it.
Wood. So, and you also want it so no animals can get in here and mess with it, like a cat or anything, or I don't know, whatever.
Well, the calves get over here sometimes.
Yeah. But if you had this, you always want to put this back in when you're done, and close this lid, because some farmers have had like their kids playing and they drop their toys in there, and stuff like that can happen.
So what's in this tank here?
This is liquid nitrogen.
Do you know what temperature it's at?
I want to say it's negative 300.
Negative 321
Yeah.
Fahrenheit. Yeah, it's really cold.
So we take that out. I think it's in canister too. So you just, if you were breeding for another farmer, you'd probably ask what canister. So you'd pull this up, and I have these tweezers here that grip the straw of semen. You're trying to take it out. So you can see this one here is legendary.
You kind of keep it down below the cold
I'll
line.
just pull it up for a second. It's in those things, it's hard to see, but we're just gonna, it's in there. So I would pull it out of there, and you never want to keep it up very high for any more than, I think it's 5 or 10 seconds, because it can shock thaw, and then the semen won't work anymore. It'll kill it. So you want to keep it down in the tank.
Okay.
So I would have this on here. I would have the straw on here. I have a straw.
Just 1 second. So he's holding the straw, pretending to hold the straw.
So I have a straw.
That's an old straw.
Yep.
Like that.
So that's an old straw.
And what I was going to show is that up here we have a chart that keeps track of what semen is in what tank and how many are left, so we can check them off as we go. And that stays right here so that we can remember what's in there.
So I usually give it a quick swirl, and then you would drop it in here. So you would have water already ready.
And what
It's
temperature
at
is that?
95 degrees, because that's the body temperature.
Okay.
So it thaws it out. You got it when you got it in there. You got this all preset, and this would be in a thermos. So you just need it submerged all the way.
Okay.
Then we would probably, I guess the next thing we could do, doesn't make a huge difference, is I guess I'll use a clean glove. Well, actually, we'll just say this is a clean glove. You always, when you're using this sheath, you always want to use a clean glove, but I don't want to take another one out. So put the sheath in here. So this is your gun cover. We'll get to that later. And then I tuck this like that just to keep it out of the way. Got my gun here. So you need to get the gun up to body temperature.
Before you do that, can you just show us how the gun consists of two parts? Can you show us about that?
So this is the plunger here, and this is a donut, so we can show you that later, how the sheath goes on there. And I'll talk about different types of guns. So this is like a donut gun. There's a scientific name, I just can't remember. But there's also a barbed gun, so it slides on and then it just gets tighter and tighter and then it holds. So I get this warmed up, and you go like this. You keep doing that until you feel like it's warm, like your body temperature. You gotta keep doing that. So then, usually take this, take this paper towel, grab the straw back out of here. So this would be water in here. Go like this, and you put it on there. Then I dry it off without touching it as little as possible. Your fingers.
And why are you drying it off? What's the reason?
Water is a anti-spermicide, so it kills it.
Okay.
You would normally, I'll just do this. You would normally put it this way, I believe. Wait. Yeah, so it would push it up because it would normally be in there, but this one's already empty, so it would push it up as it goes on the gun.
So this is a spent straw.
Yeah. Don't touch it like I just did, but this is fake, so put this on here. Actually, I'm going to put it on this way because otherwise I can't show you how to cut it.
You back up a little because you're near the window.
Yep.
I'm getting a reflection. Right
That
there.
would go on here. So it can drop down. You have to have this plunger pulled out enough so that it can go down. And you want to be very careful not to hit this because then it'll push it out. That's an expensive mistake. Then, where's my cutter? This is the straw cutter. So the straw goes in this hole and then it goes in through that blade there. So it has a seat on there, so it only will go down to a certain point. You just go. You can also use scissors. A lot of people use scissors. I just have one of those, so I use it. Then you could go like this. Put this on here. This goes over top of the straw.
What's this thing called?
This is called the sheath.
Okay.
So you have this donut up.
I know you're not
push it
supposed to
down.
pull it back out of the bag, but you can pull it out just to show people what. So the sheath is clear, so it's just covering
Yep.
the metal
and this
gun.
little green thing, as I pushed it up, it was down here. It's called a what's it called? A plunger of some sort. I don't know if it has a name, but it's supposed to direct the straw more as it comes out. It's like angled in at the top, so the straw fits into that. And then last thing I would do,
So we have it. We
after-
have it in our protective glove.
just touch this a little bit until the air is out of it and it's just ready to, and just a tiny bit will go out the end, and then you'll know, you'll have it in your bag. Pretend it's in the bag.
You can put it in
Put
the
it in
bag.
your shirt.
Go ahead and do that. So that gun is primed and ready, and now you as the AI tech
Yep.
are now going to get a new glove,
Yep.
put that glove on. We won't waste one right now,
Yeah.
but
Usually you would use a clean glove for this and a previously used for this glove for your hand. And you always want to have a few paper towels when you're ready to go.
okay.
And
And then show us some of the other things you got in your toolbox.
so if there's no manure around, a lot of people can use manure on their gloves.
What's that
To
for?
lubricate.
Okay.
If there's no manure around, it's cold, you don't want to or whatever, you can use this. Put that on your glove.
So would you be able to breed with your coat on like you have right now?
It really depends on the size of your coat. If you can get the glove to fit over, it's okay, but then it can get kind of uncomfortable. Your sleeve slides up like this when you're breeding.
So usually you would strip down and
Yeah, a sweatshirt probably.
so on a day like today you're gonna be a little cold.
Yeah.
All right, what steps are left here?
Well, I guess we can show going out to breed in the next video, right?
Yep, so in the next video we'll
That's it.
start up from this point and we'll be at the cows. So what we've seen is all the tools in a AI breeder's toolbox and how to get them prepped and ready. So for BKW Intro to Agriculture, this is Mr. McConley and Farmer Andrew.